All right, everybody. Welcome back to Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. Today we're going to be playing Scenario 2, Crossing the Road. I have learned a few things since the last session. Most notably, I've learned that it is hard for me to tell my blue and green dials apart, so I painted them, but I neglected to notice that I painted the high side of the green dial, and nobody has that many hit points, so rather than getting wet paint on my tablecloth, I'm going to be using the other dial for that one. I have picked out 2 items that I'm going to use for this session because I'm still level 1. You see this is a level 1 scenario. I can have up to half my level rounded up of bag items. And I verified in the rules that yes, you can use only one side of each card. So I had to pick between Bottle Cap Helm and Sparrow Skull Helm. And if you know me, you know I'm a bird person. And maybe that means I should not have picked the Sparrow Skull Helm, but I did pick the Sparrow Skull Helm. And there was another card that I could have used one of the items from, but I picked this one. So once during my attack, gain advantage. And because of this little turn icon, it looks like I'll get that back after a rest. Perhaps just a long rest. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. My second item is a hands item. And rather than using the Rose Thorn Knife, which lets me overcome shield by adding Pierce to my attacks, I don't have a lot of elements. So rather than doing that, I just chose to use Venomous Fang. So once during a melee attack, add poison. That's pretty cool. I've put those under my character sheet over here. And I am going to go ahead and get started. Scenario 2, Crossing the Road. You can get into a window in the Crooked Bone by ziplining across from the Grumbling Garalev, the collector says. They point to another derelict tavern in front of you, otherwise known as Button's Kingdom. The collector hesitates, gesturing to a small crowd of bandits on the cobblestone street, blocking your path. So my monsters are the Bandit Guard and the Bandit Archer, and my goal is to defeat all the monsters. I've set them up here at the top of my dice tray. So let's flip over our scenario card and begin. Oh, I don't love that. Let's see. Just triggering all of the Magic players here. I'm sorry. Gonna just flatten this out a little bit. There we go. All right, so my character starts here. Oh, you see I've painted her. Very cool. Then the green one, which is Bandit Guard, is going to start over here. And the blue one, which is Bandit Archer, is going to start right here. I appreciate that they drew her with a blue hood, so I can tell which character she is. Not sure if Bandit Guard, I think... No, that's just his hair. That's not a green hat. Yeah, well, I can at least tell them apart a little bit. So let's pick our initiatives, and let me pick what I want to do here. I am 2 spaces away from each of them. That's pretty nice. So I could do this one, but I can't do that. Let's see. Will I be able to do stuff on the B-sides? Do any of those add elements? No, they do not. I'm just not going to worry about my consume elements topside then. All right. So what if I think I'm going to do a simple attack over there. I can't eat the element on the top side anyway. And I'll pick a retaliate because they're probably going to come hit me. So for my cards, I'm going to choose Dancing Gales and Freezing Nova. So that puts me at initiative 21. Bandit Archer will roll. Let me move this up so I don't roll into it. She rolls a minus. Oh boy, we're starting off with this again, are we? And he rolls a 0. All right. So they go on 16 and 50. So that means Bandit Archer is up first. She is going to move 1 and then attack 2 at range. So I don't know that she wants to move 1. She's got range 2. Yeah, she is good where she is. So she will roll to attack. She gets a 0, and that is a +0. So I take 2 damage already. I do not love this. 10, 9, 8. I go to 8 hit points. And this moves down, and it is my turn. So I'm going to start by doing Retaliate and Shield on my bottom side. That's right here. Doop. That's a lost card? Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that's a little... did not realize that. For that, maybe I will just do that as a simple move card instead of choosing to use it as a loss, because that's a lot. And then for my top side, so for the bottom, I will move back 1 to give myself a little breathing room here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'm going to use Dancing Gales to shoot blasts of air at her, I guess this is. So I will try to attack for 2 at range 3 on the Bandit Archer. That's a plus. I like that. So that gives me +1. She does not have shield built in. That's great. That's what I like to see. So that is going to be 3 damage on her. And she is the blue one. So 7, 6, 5, 4. And that is my turn. I cannot eat any of the elements because I didn't make any elements because none of my bottom half cards have elements. So I could not use any of the special things on the top. And it is now the Bandit Guard's turn. So on his action, he's going to move 1 and melee for 2. Well, fortunately for me, I stepped back, so he cannot melee me for 2. That's wonderful. Okay, it's time for a new round. Oh, and I need to move this down because I took my attack last turn. My 2 A side cards flip over to their B sides, and now I can use those sides. So now I'm going to pick my action. Oh, no. Okay. Here we are. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's a lost card, but maybe it's worth it. Do I need to heal? I've only taken 2 damage so far. Man, do I want to lose that one? I don't really want to lose that one. But it's worth it. I'll get to make 3 attacks. Okay, so what I'm going to do this round is I'm going to play Fire Orbs and Ember Frost, where Fire Orbs lets me attack 3 times for 3 at range 3. And Ember Frost gives me advantage on all my attacks this round because I can actually eat that fire for once and lets me attack at range 4. That's amazing. Ember Frost is not a lost card, so that's good. It'll just go into the discards. And checking Fire Orbs is not the card that lets me regain my cards from the lost pile, so that's good. So all right, that means I'm going to go on an initiative of 67, which is not great. Now I'm going to roll for the Bandits initiative. Oh, that was a minus for her, so she's still on minus. Again, I don't love that. Now I'll roll for the guard. He also gets a minus. Yay! It is the Bandit Archer's turn. She is still at a good distance from me, so she does not need to move. And she is going to attack for 2 at range. Boy, howdy, I might wish I had some healing. Okay, so she attacks for 2, but she gets a -1 because she rolled a minus. So I only take 1 damage. That's a relief. I go to 7. Monster tracker rolls down. Next, the bandit guard is going to attack. So he moves 2. He's going to go right here. And he attacks me for 1. And he also shields himself for an additional 1. So he'll have that shield up. He rolls a plus. Great. I don't like it. So that's plus. Oops. That was a plus. Y'all saw that. So that was a +1 damage. So that's 2 damage that he deals to me in total. So I go to 5 hit points. Again, not a fan of this. I'm going to have to heal next turn, but that's okay. I've got healing cards. I imagine they put healing cards on everybody's characters in this game, but I haven't actually looked at the other classes. Maybe some of them just have a lot higher hit points or something? I don't know. The Spellweaver kind of seems like they would be a glass cannon, although I have not played Big Haven, so I don't know for sure. Anyway, it is now my turn. Unfortunately, this guy is melee, but I think it's going to be worth taking the disadvantage hit, making it just a normal one the time I hit him. So first, I am going to use Ember Frost to eat the fire and gain advantage on all my attacks this round. So for my first attack, I'm going to do the second half of Ember Frost because I have to do this all at once. So first I gain advantage. Then I deal my attack 2 at range 4. And I'm going to attack the bandit archer because it's at range and I don't want to lose my advantage. Plus, okay, what do I get? I get +2. Oh my gosh, this is great. So 2 + 2 is 4, and she was at 4 hit points. This is awesome. That means that she is KO'd, as they say in Pokemon Land. So I don't have to worry about that character anymore. Wonderful. I'm gonna put her little blue die up there. And next, well, I cannot move because I've already used my bottom action card. But I will still shoot my fire orb, which is a ranged attack, at this bandit guard to try to attack him. And he is going to be, he's got shield 2, which I believe still applies to my magic attacks. Shield. Damage that each attack that targets you. Yep, yeah. There's no magic versus weapon damage in this game. That makes sense. That's a reasonable simplification. So anyway, he's gonna have shield up. So we'll see how that goes. I need to move this down because I already made a roll. If you don't make no rolls, then we don't get no rolls. I'm no Little John. So all right, I'm going to attack him with my fire orbs. A little bit, what do you call it? Anticlimactic here. Okay, so that's a +0. Oh, but I don't have advantage because I have both. I have disadvantage from attacking range in melee, and I have advantage from the bottom half of Ember Frost. All right. So I only deal a +0, but you know what? I'm going to tap my Venomous Fang and add poison. So he gets an extra damage on subsequent attacks. Yeah. So, all right. So I get +0 on my attack 3. So he only takes 3, and then he's got shield. So he's going to take 1 damage, going from 8 to 7. But, you know, I did non-zero damage. That's something. I'll move this down. And hey, I did not roll a critical botch. That's also good. And that's the end of the round. I was the last initiative person. I think next round I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge. So, okay. This is not really a great location for my items. I'm going to put them under here instead. So I'm going to take Fire Orbs and put it in my Lost section over here. And Ember Frost goes to the discards because I have used it up. It was on the B side, and I used that side. And it's a new round. I can either choose B-side Icy Blast or A-side Arcane Bolt. I think it's time to heal myself. So the real question is, which healing do I want to use? Answer the one that doesn't require my top level to be a loss card. But I also want to move. Ugh. Range 3, muddle. Okay, so this side is just a 2, and this side is a 4, but that's a lost card. All right. All right. I will... Yeah, I'm going to spend the lost card, because then next I'll do a rest, and I'll use Reviving Ether after that. There we go. I am going to... Oh, no, I can't afford to do a lost card. All right, I'm going to do a simple attack and a heal, and it doesn't matter which of these I use. My initiative is 26. So let's roll for the Bandit Guard. He rolls a minus. I will note that it doesn't actually matter where he is there because he's always going to go after me at 26, but it's still good to know. So first, I am going to... You know what? I am going to make sure I have advantage. And I wonder, does advantage mean 2 of these? Let me double check and see if that is in the rules. Like, do I do a second row for each roll of advantage? Shield, area of effect, attack. When you have advantage or disadvantage, roll twice and use the better or worse modifier respectively. Anytime you perform an attack, roll the die in a plane. After each attack, not after each roll. Okay, so that tells me that advantage means you stay on the same row. Okay. So, I think it is worth trying to take him out here, getting that +1. Although, no, I'm going to save Sparrow Skull Helm for when I have the 2x. Yeah, we'll do that. So for right now, I'm going to take Arcane Bolt and heal myself for 3. So I go from 5 back up to 8. Yay, I feel a lot better now. And then I'm going to do a simple attack with the Icy Blast card. And I am going to simply attack him for 2. And I will roll my die. No advantage. That's a 0, so I deal +0. So he takes actually... Oh, so my simple attack is for 2. I add 0 to that. I add 1 to that for poison for 3. Then he subtracts 2 for shield. So I deal an additional 1 damage to him. 7 goes to 6. All right. I'm slowly chipping away at this guy. Now, at initiative 30, he gets to take his action. So he attacks for 1. Oh, and I gotta move this down because I rolled. So on his turn, he rolls a minus. That is honestly what I love to see. He rolled a critical botch, so I don't take any damage. Thank goodness. Now at the end of my turn, Icy Blast is discarded. And it is time for me to do a short rest. I am willing to risk having to spend a card. So, okay. Short rest. I'm gonna Muppet Shuffle my cards. Maybe I should stop using lost cards so early on, but Fire Orbs is just so good. Okay, what am I losing? Reviving Ether. Nope, I'm taking a damage and I'm gonna lose one of the other cards because F that. I lose Icy Blast. Okay. You go down here. So I've got these 2 A-side cards. Up 21 and 26. Okay. Here are my A-side cards. So I think I'm going to get myself out of there with the quickness by using the bottom half of Dancing Gales and the top half of Arcane Bolt. So I like ranged attacks. Yes, please, thank you. So let's roll his initiative. 0. All right. That's pretty good. Means he can't chase after me. So it is my turn. I am on initiative 21. So first I'm going to move distance 3. 1, 2, 3. And he is now within 3 of me. That's good. because my ranged attacks are at range 3. And now for the second part of the Dancing Gales action. Oh, that's a lost card. Okay. Oh no. That's a lost card. I will lose if I do this. All right, I'll do a simple move. I was right here. 1, 2. Okay. This is a difficult game. But you know, it wouldn't be as fun if it wasn't challenging like this. So good job, designers. Next, I'm going to take the top half of Arcane Bolt, which thankfully is not a lost card, and I'm just going to do attack 2 at range 3. And here I'm going to tap my Sparrow Skull Helm to try to gain advantage on that. So I will roll twice. I'm trying to get my critical hit here. That is a plus, and it doesn't get much better than that, and that one was a minus. So okay, so that's 2 damage, doubled becomes 4 damage. I believe the crit applies before the poison. So he takes 5 damage in total. So he goes down to 1 hit point. I should look up if crit applies before poison. I bet that's a rule in regular Haven. But I do not know the answer. So he is down to 1 damage, and I am not dead. I am not exhausted. My 2 A sides flip over to their B sides. Yay. So it is now, nope, that was my turn. I still have the A sides up, and now it is his turn. So he is on initiative 0, or initiative 50, I should say. He rolled a 0. So he's going to move 1, slowly inching towards me, but he cannot attack me. And now it is my turn. And I forgot that he had 1 shield. He has an ongoing 1 shield, even though he's in his middle initiative. So he should actually still have 2 hit points. That's my bad. Sorry, Bandit Guard. I didn't mean to cheat you out of your shield action. Now it's my turn. B-sides. All right, so we know we're going to Reviving Ether for the top half, and the bottom half is just an attack at range. That's great. It's not a loss. I appreciate that. And here we are. I'm on initiative 67, so it's possible I might beat him. Let's see what his initiative is. Plus, hey, you know what? I will take it. Here. Huh. That is a slightly defective monster card. I will have to pop that diamond out later. So on my turn, I am going to attack him for 2 at range 4. And then I'm going to regain all cards in my lost pile to their A side. So first, range 4. Attack 2. He is only shielded 1. That's great. Oh, I need to advance this because I did not advance it last turn. Minus. Oh, that's a 0. Okay, so I rolled a 2. The base damage is 2. I rolled minus 2. That's a 0. I get +1 for poison, but -1 for shield. So that is still a 0. Okay. I got this. So Ember Frost goes to the discards because it was on B side. Reviving Ether goes to my lost pile, and my lost cards come back. Hooray. So here they are on their A side, and it's a new round. And these are both on their 60s, so this guy will probably go before I do. So regardless of which one I choose, my initiative is going to be 61. And I don't think I can really afford any lost cards, can I? Unless I go out in a blaze of glory. This needs to move up. Man. Well, let me double check something about shield. Does my shield happen the whole round? I should check that. shield. Shield's activated. Shield. It is unclear if I get shield when I have my initiative, or even before I have my initiative. But I think the bandits have their shield, like the shield from initiative 30 all the time. I will have to check that later. So, okay. Wow, I've really run over with this session, haven't I? I guess I just like the sound of my own voice. We are going to do this last action. And you know what? It's been 25 minutes already. We're just going to do all out. I'm going to do fire orbs and freezing nova. That's literally the titles of the cards. I mean, I'm going to do attack 3. So let's, well, you know, I can decide that when I see what initiative he gets. So let's, plus, he's got plus. All right, he's going late. Yeah, I'm going to do fire orbs loss and freezing nova loss. So first for fire orbs, that's going to be attack 3. On him, I don't have any sort of fancy advantage. I rolled a plus. That's great. What do I get? +1. 3 + 1 is 4. +1 for the poison makes 5. -1 for his ongoing shield is 4. And I defeat him. Oh my gosh. I did not deserve that win. So we flip over the card and read the end of the scenario. What does it say? Standing on the other side of the street, before the towering, grumbling Garalev, the collector clears their throat. Honestly, it's probably best to avoid Button entirely. Very eccentric. I recommend sneaking in through a crack in the wall. So I am not the bruiser, so I do not play scenario 4, barging in. I play scenario 3, in the walls. And on the next session, I'll be able to choose between drop of power potion, which is a loss item, add 1 to all my attacks, and drop of clean water, where I can eat ice or air to remove a negative condition. Very cool. Thank you all so much for playing this session with me, Scenario 2, Crossing the Road of Gloomhaven, Buttons and Bugs. And I'll see you all next time. Good night.